Morning, everyone. It's Thursday morning, and this is your pre-opening comment. It is video number 930, and I remind you to please hit that subscribe button and like us. Okay, so today's Thursday. Thursday's claims day. Initial claims down 35,000 at 310. Last week, we actually had a revision. We actually were 345. So last week, not as good as this week. And the same with continuing claims. 2,738,000, which looked pretty decent until you looked at last week's number, which was revised up. So 2.738 versus 2.8 on that revised number. We have the Asian and European markets both down. We have the ECB not willing to raise rates, but going to scale back asset purchases. And again, China smacking Asian gaming companies, as well as limiting the number of new games that can become, quote, approved. So just one more reason to not be in China. LULU had great earnings last night. The stock is up about 46 this morning. That's about 12%. GameStop went the opposite way, currently down about $18 or 9%. And the biggest disappointment here is SAM, S-A-M. That is Sam Adams Beer, Boston Beer. They pulled guidance. Now, this is really an interesting one. The stock was $1,349.96 back in late April 23rd. It has now fallen to 500, including the move down 224 for the week ended July 23rd when they reported earnings. The stock is down another 53 this morning, or 9%. And here's the story. Yes, they did only miss by 0.4% on their seltzer sales. The problem is that they overestimated those sales. They now have massive amounts of inventory. They even went outside the company and had others making seltzer for them independently. And now they have this huge write-off of those contracts, the ones that they actually have in-house, and the demand being down. So that's a bit of a problem. The stock is around 500. Frankly, I think it's going to bounce in here anywhere between 475 and about 510. I think will be the bottom, and I think that we'll have, maybe a 30% move back up. But realize a 30% move from 500 takes it to 650. 650 is still down 50% from 1350. So that's what you have to contend with. Several airlines lowering guidance or eliminating guidance based on COVID. So JETS, which is the ETF that I follow for that industry, also looking weak. And Cetera, symbol CERT, is doing a secondary of 20 million shares, which in this market would not really be that exceptional, except that 15.5 million of those 20 million shares are insiders selling shareholders. So the stock is down a bit today. It was 39 just 3 days ago, trading this morning around 31. So, not great action there on not so much the secondary. It's only 4.5 million shares, but again, it's inside selling shareholders. So that is never a good thing. The oil has been pretty much all over the place, up a little, down a little. Last is down 22. The nat gas, which traded at 501 yesterday, this morning 487.70, and that is down about 360. Gold bouncing back up a little. This low in this 1788 area is exactly what we've been talking about. Both Dennis, who by the way has that smaller gold only trading account, was looking for this area to hold. I've been looking at 81 to 85. Yesterday's low was 83.10. Today we have a slightly higher low and higher high, and we're up about $4, and we did trade over 1800 again. This is going to be a tough area to get through unless there's some sort of news. So I'm thinking about being long in here versus about 1780 if it gets there. But right now it's 1797, so it's kind of a moot point. The Ethereum and Bitcoin reversed again yesterday, with Ethereum up and Bitcoin down. This morning they're both down, down about 1.5% on the Bitcoin and down about 3% on Ethereum. The dollar is a little bit weaker this morning, down 11 cents, but it's been on a reasonable tear, although, still to the lower low area, and bonds are roughly unchanged. The Dow opening implied is down 48. That's about the best I've seen it. That's about where I've seen it. NASDAQ down about $9, and they have rallied back and forth between unchanged and this level all morning. The S&P down about $6.50. So that's everything. I hope you understand what's going on in the Sam Adams, and I'll be back later. Don't forget to subscribe. And again, Dennis's program that we discussed on yesterday's radio show will be available shortly. As soon as I get the video link, I will post it on the Daily Note and, of course, in the Discord room. Have a good